A good friend of mine made a statement, and at the time it was really profound to me. He said, it's very easy for a man to please multiple women for a short duration of time, but it's difficult and more of a feat when a man can please a single woman for the rest of their lives. And at the time, that was my battle cry for wanting and desiring a romantic relationship. With the knowledge that I've acquired and the wisdom that I've acquired now, that statement is pale to me. My friend has been married for years, and that's probably not going to change. I've got several friends that have been married for years, and it's probably not going to change. But if I were truthful with them, I would probably tell them that the reason that the relationships they have with these women hadn't ended isn't because of love. It's because these women assume that they are the best option. It's not so much of a situation of love out of a situation of, of reality. And many of these women have come to terms, the ones that stay married, have come to terms with the idea that they've hit the wall. I know a 50-something-year-old woman right now that thinks she's 16 years old and doesn't realize she's hit the wall. And she can't find contentment with a single man. With one man, she cannot find contentment. The other women that are married, in my opinion, are married because they feel there are no other options. Watch how confused they become once an option is involved in the picture. Women are very in love with the man, and I'm being funny about that word. I've conveyed how I feel about love. As far as women are concerned, and their capacity to love. But women are committed as their options. You want to see what real love looks like? I'll give you an example of real love. A better option comes along, and I'm not just talking cosmetically. I'm talking through and through. I'm talking about a man that is beyond reproach comes along. He's handsome. He's a martial artist. He's a businessman. He's a superhero. He's all these things. A true display of love would be to say no to that man, not because of your own insecurities, but because you truly love who you're with. And any other superficial perk that you could get out of this person, or emotional perk you could get out of this person, isn't even considered. I don't know a single woman that can do that. But of course, most women are never faced with that option, because that option generally doesn't exist. And when they do exist, they aren't looking at the typical woman. So she usually doesn't have the atypical chance of acquiring a man like that. In the event she says no, it's simply because of her own insecurity. Not because of her love for her husband, not because of her love for her partner, her man. That used to leave a bitter, foul taste in my mouth. But if that is their nature, then how can I be angry? I can understand it. And then I can ask myself, after gaining an understanding, if I'm willing to deal with that truth. And sometimes I am, and sometimes I'm not. Before I fought a battle of the conscience, because I never wanted to be perceived as a weak male that couldn't finish the job, that couldn't see a situation through. I now know that I really don't have to see a situation through if I don't want to. I have a choice. And I have a choice of how I choose to be attached emotionally to a woman. I can change my mind. I can decide something's not right for me in the blink of an eye. And once upon a time, that guilt used to keep me from even entertaining such thoughts. Once I got free, and to a certain degree, I guess I am a hedonist. I'm not too sure of what's on the other side, other than the soil under which you're buried. So I have to make my way now. And in knowing that, it's almost laughable for me to entertain loving a woman as opposed to indulging in a woman, partaking in a woman. In my experiences, I find that women are like fine wine. A glass or two is wonderful. Anything over that, you wake up with a hangover. And you wake up sick to your stomach. Women are best done in moderation for the modern discerning man. If you're an old-fashioned man, you need not apply to anything that I'm saying. You need not even try to mimic what I'm saying, because it takes a complete and utter commitment and belief in the philosophy that I have given myself to. Men, if you're in quest of unconditional love, the best way to do that is to continue to love and honor your mother, because she's biologically connected to you. And love your daughter, if you have one, because she is biologically connected to you. That's the best you'll get. If you're interested in playing the game, looking for that romantic partner, learn the lay of the landscape before you make a fool of yourself. I speak this as a man having made a fool of himself. And upon reflection, it's a point in my life that I never want to revisit. Not out of fear, but because I think of all the time that I wasted and all of the collapses I had were during the tenure of a particular woman. I hadn't finished myself, and I was getting involved with people. That was a terrible mistake on my behalf. If you like the content that I'm speaking about, feel free to subscribe and hit that like button. And until the next time, take care.